yeah, if you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself.
Yes.
Multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with WendyY Bailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, Income Acceleration Mentor, WendyY Bailey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the show. I'm excited, as usual, to bring you another amazing guest, Annie P. Ruggles. Now, she's not a conventional sales coach, primarily because she teaches non-sleazy sales. She coaches people on selling with heart, and she used to be repulsed by sales until she really got a good understanding of what sales is. And now she helps others do the same thing. Welcome, Annie.
Thank you, WendyY. I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you. I love that you're clear. I used to hate sales until I came to understand what it really is. Mm-hmm. So what's your definition of sales?
Solving problems for money. That's it.
I love it.
That's all it is.
I love
what
it.
I thought it was arm twisting, manipulating, lying, over-promising, under-delivering, tricking people. I mean, I did, because those are the ways that I had been sold to. Mm-hmm. Not by everyone, obviously, but enough that I was like, hold on, no, I'm a giver. I'm a lover. I can't do sales. That's not me. And so what I did is I just over-delivered myself almost to death. I almost over-delivered myself out of business. And someone said, well, how often are you selling? And my answer was never. Well, I don't sell. I market. I don't sell. No. I thought something's got to change here. And so I had to go out and redefine it. And when I wanted to redefine it and I stripped all that nastiness and drama and trauma away, that's the definition I came up with.
You know, you're preaching to the choir, because I'm totally the same way. I think sales or selling is about creating a relationship. It's about connection. It's about nurturing. It's about support. It's about, like, before we started the recording, you asked me, how did I want my audience to feel? That's a sales question.
That's a sales question.
I mean? That's a sales question. Because at the end...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at the end of the episode, I really want people to see you the way I do. As, you know, what did you say? A loud introvert?
Yep.
Kind of wacky and just really wacky. Fun. Yeah.
But, you know, my heart is on my sleeve all the time. And I know that, you know, we're talking to coaches right now. And coaches are human equivalents of the giving tree. We give and we give and we give and we give. And often we have loosey-goosey boundaries. I did. I just wanted my clients to sing my praises. And so what would I do? Oh, Annie, let me call you at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Oh, Annie, I need this overnight. I told you about it yesterday. I know that it's a weekend. Oh, Annie, check your email while you're on vacation. Hey, Annie, I can't afford that. Cut the price down to nothing. And I did all of these things because I wanted them to get ahead, but I didn't include myself in my own success. And so I wound up resentful of the very people I was trying to serve because I wasn't adequately selling. And so I had to also reframe it in my mind as selling is giving with healthy boundaries.
I love that. I really, really do. And the boundaries piece is so important when you start talking about extending an offer for somebody to work with you. Inviting someone to do business with you. And I love your very simple definition. Sales is giving something for money. So I heard sort of how you came to that. When did you start to turn the corner, and when did you see a difference? Not when, but what difference did you see in your business once you turned that corner? So when, and then what was the difference that you saw?
When was in about 2019. I had been doing different versions of marketing and branding strategy, first in small business and then in software and then back in small business for a really long time. And what I started to notice, the pattern I started to see back in 2019 was that these incredible driven purpose angels were coming to me. We were building them gorgeous marketing. They had all of this love and value to share, and they were flat busted broke constantly. And I was thinking, how is this possible? We are doing everything correctly. You're amazing. You're showing up consistently. What's wrong? And then
the engine is missing.
Something is missing. And then I looked at their businesses and I thought, are they all modeling me? Am I doing something wrong? And so then I had to look at my own practices, and I looked at that over delivering, never asking. And it woke me up fast because I thought, listen, lady, you are steering people down the wrong path.
Yeah.
You got to turn the ship around. You have a platform. You have a responsibility to do better by your clients and to step up. And I knew I had to start with me. So in 2019, I started studying selling a ton. I read 138 sales books between 2019 and 2020. And I took a lot of it and I left a lot of it. But I opened myself up to the conversation and I opened myself up to learning. And once I did, I found receiving so much easier than I thought it would be. And what really surprised me and what really took hold is that I found a way to sell that my clients loved. They loved to be asked. They loved to be welcomed in. They loved to be charged even because it meant that they were taking that next step. And so once I figured out a way that I could honor both of us in transactions, my business took off. And then once I took off, but my clients still weren't, I thought, maybe it's time to let other brilliant marketing and branding people take the marketing and branding reins. I'm going to focus specifically on that last stretch of the marathon, which is asking for the sale.
Yeah, very, very cool. And today you typically serve what clients?
Coaches, healers, and other helpers. I call them my ask avoidant but money dependent do-gooders. Right? So
I love it.
Well, if you're a nonprofit, you got to go do fundraising. You got to go get grants. If you're independently wealthy, good for you. I don't judge that. But if you're ask avoidant and money dependent, we got a problem. We got to fix it. And for me, the people I serve best, just like many, many coaches do, are the people who feel like my own cousins, those overgivers, the empaths, the bleeding hearts. And so that's why I focus in specifically on coaches, healers, and other people in service-based professions.
Love it, love it, love it. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to do our signature segment. Okay? We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Charvette Mitchell, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episodes go live.
Hi, I'm Gina Calvano, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tabitha Labbert, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
So welcome back. We're talking with Annie P. Ruggles, the queen of non-sleazy sales. That's my title for you. But we've had a really delightful conversation so far. Let's jump into our profitable wisdom segment. First question is, who's had the greatest influence on you in your life?
I was raised in a household with my mother, my father, my maternal grandmother, and my maternal grandfather. And on every level, my answer is those four. On my life, on my development, my personal life, my personality, all of those things were fostered by them. But also my entrepreneurial loves, my interest in small business, my using a platform, accruing a platform, all of that comes from my used car salesman grandfather, my writer grandmother, my business strategist father, and my decorated motivational speaker mother. Definitely those four.
Yeah, lots of influence there, lots of different kinds
in
of
one
influence.
house, one very loud house.
That's not a bad thing, though. No. You know, I just kind of envision you. We talked before about being movie buffs, and I just kind of imagine you being in one of those movies that I've seen where, you know, the whole family lives in one house, and so, you know, everybody knows what's going on with everyone else in the house, and there's always this banter going back and forth, and I can imagine that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It was really amazing, and it was also, I was so lucky to grow up in a place with two entrepreneurial parents because it didn't confine me into being an entrepreneur. I didn't really expect to necessarily be one, but the possibility was always there, and the self-emphasis and the self-efficacy was always there of you don't have to rely on somebody else. If you want to do something, you can go off on your own and do it, or you can find peers and mentors instead of bosses. And I don't think if I had grown up in a different household, I would have felt as emboldened as a young 20-something to be like, I don't like working for jobs. I'm going to go make my own job.
Yeah. You, like you said, you knew the possibility existed. So it wasn't something that you shied away from. You weren't always looking for your next job kind of thing. Yeah. I get it. I get it. So what's the best business advice you've ever received?
That's a toughie because I have been gifted, but with the wealth of 1,000 mentors in my life. But I think it's keep your eyes on your own paper. And I think that was true when I started because I didn't want to become a carbon copy of somebody else. Like when I first started doing this, everybody was trying to be the next Marie Forleo. I like Marie Forleo. I don't want to be Marie Forleo. But what I've noticed even more and more about the importance of keeping your eye on your own paper is now so much of social media is just completely fake. And so much of the coaching industry is all about how much money and how little work I did yesterday, and with varying degrees of truth. But if I took that,
that's what I was gonna say, and most of it isn't true. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But if I took that as canon, if I took that as law, then how would I be able to ever gauge my own success? So that's really what I had to do, and it just keeps evolving, right? And now that I'm established and I'm on my own and I'm becoming known, I still got to keep my eyes on my own paper because otherwise I would drive myself absolutely insane. Well, I have 2,000 Instagram followers, but WendyY has 15. Who cares?
Is a thief of dreams. Comparison is a thief of dreams. And social media, like you said, has made it really challenging if you believe what people post. You know, like you said, varying degrees of truth.
And I assume everything is true. I'm just a super trusting person. So if you tell me that you made $300 bajillion yesterday, I'm inclined to believe you. Yeah. But because I'm inclined to believe you, I'll also go look at my own bank account, and suddenly what made me blissfully happy in terms of the day's gains the day before now feels inadequate.
Yeah. But this is my position about what I see on social media.
Yep.
I have blinders on, you know.
Yep.
I see here and there. I pay attention to the people who are part of my tribe, but I don't get sucked into whatever I see from so-called influencers, right? I'm an influencer in my own right, and I don't boast about whatever I make or made, or I just don't think that's has to be part of the picture. So let's move on. So what's been the largest single sale you've ever had in your business? What was the amount, the circumstances, and what did you do to celebrate?
It was a $5,000 keynote. I was not expecting a $5,000 keynote. It came out of the clear blue sky, but on a referral. And this is the crazy part. It was on a referral from someone who wanted to be in my program but couldn't afford it. And I did what I always do. I gave him a bunch of homework. I gave him a bunch of love. I didn't give him any guff. I handled the objection. It was a real objection. It was true. It was not just a big made up excuse. So I sent them out with my like care package of ideas on their merry way. And lo and behold, they got some great gains. And then somebody said, hey, I need a keynote speaker, but it's about ethics. Who do you know? And they're like, well, there's this lady and I didn't hire her and she wasn't mean about it. And they were like, cool, her.
I love it.
How did I celebrate? Well, I always celebrate my sales by ringing my little sales bell. It says, I just made a non-sleazy sale. So I always
love it.
do that. And then I'm pretty sure that we had a movie marathon, my husband and I. I'm obsessed with Angela Lansbury. And so I'm guessing, this was a while ago, but I'm guessing it involved some kind of fabulous delivery dinner, a good bottle of wine, and some Angela Lansbury.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. She's like, what, 96?
She's 95.
95? Okay. Yeah, she's getting up there. I'm a fan as well.
I wrote her a letter. Listen, here's my
really?
one random thing about Angela Lansbury. She will write you back. I know because she wrote me back. So
and
if
you
you're
knew
a fan,
it wasn't like a canned letter. It wasn't from a secretary. It wasn't from...
She specifically referenced something I wrote in her handwriting on what she sent back to me.
Very cool. Yeah, very
So,
cool.
Listen, she's 95, y'all. If you're an Angela Lansbury fan, Google her address. The one you find will be correct. Send her a letter. She's 95. We're on limited time.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true. So we all have times when we feel like giving up, when we consider giving up in our business. What has helped you move through those times successfully?
I've had about 900 bajillion of those times. Let's just normalize the fact that I've had like a bajillion of those.
And if somebody says they don't have it, they're not being honest. I've had a couple of people on the show who've been like, oh, I never feel that way. And I'm like, okay, keep doing what you're doing. Maybe you haven't been in long enough, whatever, but you do feel that way. So what did you do? What do you do when you're facing that?
I remember that entrepreneurship is a roller coaster and that it's supposed to have peaks and valleys. And then personally, for me, I ask myself the question, would my clients be served enough without me? Meaning, if I went off the market tomorrow, would my clients be in good hands? And in the sales industry, there's a lot of good people out here. I'm not saying I'm alone, but no.
Your clients need you.
My clients need me. Yeah. And if my clients need me, I am a giver. I will show up for them. And then I will remember also in my own life, my personal why, right? That'll bring me back to my personal why of what I'm trying to create for my life or for my family or for my legacy. But for me, first I got to remember downs always come up through hard work, right? And downs are normal and you can come up through hard work again. But are my clients, is my industry good enough without me? Are my clients served enough without me? No.
And the answer is no. Yeah.
It took years and years and years of toil and bravery and tenacity for me to get to this point. If I chose to walk away from it tomorrow, would that mean anything? Would that transfer to anyone? Would my clients be served enough? No. Okay, well then sit down at your desk, take a deep breath,
together.
Drink some water, put a smile on, and get back to delivering value because that's all you can do.
Very good. Very good. And what's the greatest personal accomplishment outside of your business?
I have OCD, and my OCD manifests with a little bit of anxiety and a whole lot of depression. And I think my biggest personal accomplishment is learning how to honor my very special brain on good days and in bad. In sickness and in health. I gotta get married to my own brain in that way. But learning how to love me, live as me, care for me is an ongoing process. It's not a huge on paper accomplishment, but it's kept my head above water, and I'm really, really proud of the work I do on myself each and every day.
Yeah. Yeah, and just so you understand, I totally get that. You know, we were supposed to do our interview last week, and it was just a tough week for me. So I was so grateful in your flexibility, and now I understand why. Like you understand when people are having a week or a time because you live with it, you deal with it yourself.
Yes,
So,
yes.
and
And we
people don't
have to honor those
understand.
things.
Yeah, people don't understand that people like us can't take it for granted because it doesn't just happen naturally. We really do have to work at that.
I
So
am my racehorse, right?
Yeah.
I say this all the time. If you were a mega gajillionaire and you made your money racing horses, those horses would have the best shelter, the best food. If that horse was tired, you would not run it. If that horse was sick, you would get the best doctor available. I am my racehorse. I am my moneymaker. I am my resource. If something happens to this, the business shuts down. And sometimes the business needs to shut down, and I need to give myself the grace and the space for that. But on the ongoing day to day, if I'm not treating myself like the best and most important thing I have in my business, if I'm treating my computer better than I'm treating my brain, it's not going to go well for me.
Business is going to suffer. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So we'll be right back, and I'd love to hear your parting thoughts. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Hi, I'm Tim Fitzpatrick, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Flora Brown, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Lynn Sherrill, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
So welcome back. We've been talking with Annie P. Ruggles, who's the queen of non-sleazy selling. That's kind of what I've dubbed you, and Miss Annie. You'll take it? Mm-hmm. We've talked about a ton of things, and what I'd love for you to do is sort of circle the wagons. And if there's one thought you want viewers and listeners to walk away with from our conversation, what would that be?
Selling is not the terrible way that you have been sold to. None of that behavior that I mentioned at the top, none of the ways that you've been misled or mistreated are required behavior for selling. You do not have to do any of those things, but you do have to ask. If you do not ask, your business will die. But if you can learn to ask from a place of personal integrity and grace, and if you can stay focused on the person on the other end of the transaction too, then your business will not only succeed, then you're carving a legacy, then you're creating impact. But that cannot happen until you're willing to ask.
Very cool, very cool. And I know you have a gift for everyone. Can you describe it, and we'll put the link in the show notes?
Yes, if you are in active sales avoidance, listen, do not go to my website, do not pass go, do not collect $200. What I want you to do is I want you to reach out to me directly on a platform with messaging, which is for me, Instagram or LinkedIn are the best. But what that will allow me to do is help you literally prep for your next selling situation. If you're going into a networking opportunity, a sales call, a pitch, you have an email you don't know how to draft, don't do it alone. Hit me up. But the gift that I have for you today is on my website at anniePruggles.com.
Don't give the link.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll cut around that.
Oops. If you go to my website, you will find my guide to the 4 kinds of sales baggage. Those are those traumas that I'm talking about what we think selling is. And that will help you reframe selling for yourself.
Awesome, awesome. Annie, thank you so much for being here and serving as a guest.
Oh, it has been my absolute pleasure to be with you, WendyY. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been great talking with you too. We're kindred spirits in so many ways. I just love, we could just go on and on and on. So I just appreciate you taking the time to come on the show.
Until next time, my dear, I can't wait.
Thanks everybody for being here. We'll be back with another episode in the very near future and another amazing guest. Be sure to join the Profitable Coaching Society at profitablecoachingsociety.com. It's a private Facebook community, a growing community of coaches and other transformation folks who are there to learn how to grow their businesses. So we'll see you next time. Join the group and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with WendyY Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from WendyY and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.